Now, once we are done with the OpenAI, example, when I click on who is Telusko, the OpenAI is giving the responses because that is done. Now we have to work with the Anthropic. And you know how difficult that is? It's actually very easy. I will go back here and I will just copy this OpenAI and paste it here. We'll change the name. Instead of saying OpenAI, I will say Anthropic and we'll click on OK, and that's done. Okay, the only thing we have to change is instead of OpenAI chat model here, it should be Anthropic, not the controller, is the Anthropic chat model, and we have to delete the extra part here. And here as well, instead of OpenAI, I will say Anthropic, and that's done. That's it. You know, this is the only thing we have to change. Oh, we have to change this as well, because in the UI, we have the model name as Anthropic. I will just use this and put it here. Now, when you do this, the model will be Anthropic. If I run this, and let's search the same thing, who is Telusko? And now this is failing, but this too should respond. And you can see they are responding, and Anthropic looks good compared to OpenAI answer. Yeah, that's what it is. But if I say, what model are you? And if I click, you can see it says OpenAI GPT-3, and this says I'm Claude. So this is how it is working, right? Now, if you see, the code is done, right? But the video is still remaining. That means we have to discuss something more. Now, in the previous video, we have worked with the chat model, right? And now we know how do you interact with the chat model, this particular interface, and interact with the LLM model. Now, this is like a foundation for the LLM model. The only way you can connect your application, the Spring Boot application, with the LLM model is through this chat model. And what we have done is we are simply calling a call method, and this is working, right? But sometimes you need more power. You need more flexibility. You need to specify more options. Example, this is a prompt from the user, and that is your user prompt. Maybe you want to add system messages. Maybe the response which you're getting from the LLM, you want to change it. Maybe you are getting multiple responses from the LLM and you want to work with them. Now, in those scenarios, you can't simply use chat model. We have to use one more option which built on top of chat model, and that is your chat client. So using chat client, you get more options. You can work with more methods. It is a fluent API, so you can just build your prompts, you can build your requests, and you can send the request to the LLM model. Now, how do we do that? So of course, we'll change it here. So instead of using chat model, of course, we have to use chat model. You can't stay away from it. But the way you call the method will be from the chat client. So we'll remove this. We'll not be needing this chat model here. So here we're going to say chat client. And if you observe, let me just change this as well. If you observe in this line, nowhere we are mentioning which model we are working with. So it adds one more layer of abstraction. So we've got a chat client here. And the problem is you can't simply put a chat client here. The only way you can create the object of chat client is with the help of chat model. So once you got the chat model object here, we have to get object for chat client, and you can get that from the chat model. And the way you do that is by saying chat client dot create, and in bracket you pass the chat model. So maybe you can inject it from here, or maybe create a configuration class where you will inject the beans or chat model beans. So that's one way. So we got the chat client object here, chat client, and once you got chat clients, let's use it. So of course, we'll not be using chat model now, we'll be using chat client. And to do that, I will be using chat client here. And you can see chat client says we don't have a method called call. So what are the methods we have we can use here? Now it makes sense to use call method, but what makes more sense is to use prompts. Remember, whenever you work with the GPTs or ChatGPT or any AI models, basically you send a prompt. So it's better to use the prompt as a method. Now prompt has three options. We got prompt where you can create the object of prompt by directly saying prompt, and then later on you can pass the message. Or you can pass a prompt object itself, or you can pass a string. So we're going to pass string here. So I will say chatclient.prompt, and we have to pass the string. Now, once you do that, it will not return a string response. If I click on prompt, it returns something else. It returns chatclient's request spec. Okay, now what if you want to get the string? In that case, you have to send a call method. So you have to call this. So you are getting a prompt here. Once you got a prompt, you are calling it. And when you call, again, it is returning the call response spec. Now to get the response, so we'll say call, and here you can see we have multiple methods. We can use content directly and it should return the string. So if I click on content, it returns a string. So let's go back here. So what we are doing is we are using ChatClient, and as I mentioned, you can build your calls here. So I'm sending a prompt as a message, then we are calling it and it will return. We want a string in return, so we'll say content. So we only want content from that. And that will go into response, and let's see if this works. So let's restart this. And if we go back here, let's hit the same prompt. Maybe the text will not change, or it might change. Yeah, so just giving this answer. Tell me about Spring AI. And if I search that, taking some time, and you can see we got the response. So looks like a proper response here. We got this not because of chat model. Of course, it's behind the scenes chat model, but on top of that, we are using ChatClient. And you'll be saying, okay, what's the advantage here? The advantage is with ChatClient, you get more options. Maybe you want to get the metadata. Maybe you want to create a proper prompt. You can do those things here. So we got a ChatClient, prompt, call, content. In fact, if you want to make it look good, you will just enter it here, and it's much easier to read now. So yeah, that's about the ChatClient we have done with the help of Anthropic. In the next video, let's try to work with the Olama. But what difference we are going to make there? So instead of using content, let's use certain other things, because there's something called chat response. If you want to, let's say, get metadata, you can use chat response. And how do we do that? Let's see in the next video.